All right, good evening, my powerful MVP family. Good evening. I am here for a moment. So if you're not busy, just check in, guys, and hang out with me for a minute or two or three or more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sitting at the computer tonight. I should have set up the phone. It's better. But I'm at the computer because I was doing a webinar. I was on a webinar with SharaeMaree. And there's just some things that I wanted to kind of just share with us about Benny's Know Best. I did a video on wills before, and I remember Pam Chin, my friend from Florida, had mentioned that I should do something on living trust because wills were a little bit more complicated. So tonight I was on the webinar with SharaeMaree, and she confirmed that the living trust is a better form when you're putting things together for when those days come and people pass away. So I just sat right here, didn't bother to get up. I just said, let me just go live and talk to you, my powerful MVP family. Happy Sabbath to each and every one of you, wherever you are. I know the computer screen, the camera is way up there. So it always makes me look so much shorter when I'm sitting on it because the camera is up there. So that's why I'm just hanging out for a moment, for a little bit. So happy Sabbath, happy Sabbath. It's a great day as we continue onward and get into the Sabbath hours, getting through. So one of the things that SharaeMaree shared on her webinar, and I'm asking you guys to go check it out. Check out her channel. It is SharaeMaree, and Sharee talks about beneficiaries. That's her point. She doesn't sell insurance, but she talks about beneficiaries. I'm telling you, some very good information she shares. You need to go check her out. She's also on Instagram, and so if you have Instagram access, then go on there. Listen to her talks as she prepares you, because I'm telling you, sometimes people pass away and it's a lot of mess, a lot of frustration. It's a lot of stuff that goes on when it comes to families. Sometimes people were loving and nice, and because of a death, whether it's the trauma of the death or whatever else, people tend to separate and it becomes chaotic. So one of the points she shared was that a man that dies without a plan should come back from the grave and see the mess that they made. Come back from the grave, come see what the mess he left behind. Because when things are not put in place, you find that it can become chaotic. When people leave insurance policies and bank accounts and monies need to be shared up, and items need to be shared up, and then nobody knows, people need to plan funerals, all of that she talks about and give vital information on. So she says Benny's Know Best. Benny's, BENES, means beneficiaries. That's her BKB. That's her acronym. And again, she does a webinar. She also does videos. She's on YouTube. Her channel is growing. I share some of her work on my channel on the community page. So check out the community page, guys. Go over there and check out some of the things that are posted, uplifting things. So check it out, and you can listen to her. But subscribe to her channel, guys, and help her grow. Because I'm telling you, when you listen to the webinar, you're just looking like, whoa, this makes sense. This makes so much sense. Tonight there was a lady who is going through some things right now where the father of her child passed away, and the struggle she's going through. So she was so thankful for this program, just to be able to sort things out for her daughter, and because the daughter is not 18 as yet, so it's a lot of interesting things that are going on. So that is why I told her, I said, I'm just going to jump on here for a moment, wish you guys happy Sabbath, and then just talk about, you know, the fact that oftentimes we talk about the will, but sometimes we don't put those things in place. The other day, my daughter was saying to me, "So, mommy, if when you die, what do you want? Do you want a plot of? Do you want to be buried in the earth? What is your what do you prefer? If we're here, do we want to go to Jamaica to get married? If there are so many, and all of a sudden the conversation makes sense because we're here, and yes, the kids are great, but they need to know, what insurances are there, who is the beneficiary, or who are the beneficiaries, what percentage, how are we going to share up whatever little I have. Some of the times I said, whatever you have now, and I was sharing it in the webinar, give it to your kids now so they can enjoy it. Because a lot of times you're putting away things to say, this is for Jody or this is for Judy. And Jody and Judy doesn't want what you have left there. As I said, when I like RAV4s. My first truck was a RAV4. And I thought my son would have been happy to take it over. He says, Mommy, but I don't like RAV4s. And little things, as you have the conversations, we are learning what kids like. So we're not sitting here saving up stuff to say when we pass away, this is for them. Because quite likely they're not going to be needing it at all. They don't want it. My kids don't want a lot of stuff. They like a simple way of living. So how to prepare your beneficiary? You know that this person is the one you're going to be leaving stuff with, and when you go over to her channel or to her do the webinars, she gets in depth with them because she does the slides and she's explaining. But we never thought of it that you select a beneficiary, but you don't discuss with them what it is that you want done. You just put their name and you're done. But she's encouraging us to make sure that they have pins to bank accounts, passwords for different things. I actually keep a notebook. I actually have two notebooks, and in these I have all of my. Hey Joshua, how to do? Happy New Year, Joshua. Welcome. Thank you. In those books, I keep all my passwords. I keep all the vital information. Thumbs up. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Appreciate it. Whoa. I keep all of those things, and it's here for them in the event something happens. We talk about life support and stuff like that. Do I want that to happen in the event something goes wrong? Do I want to be sustained or something? Um, so you discuss these things, guys. Make sure that they become part of your conversation with the people, your children, your loved ones, so that they know exactly. They're the ones who are going to have to plan funerals for you. They have to know things that needs to be done because during when we have a death in the family, we know there are going to be a lot of cooks in the kitchen. And so if there is something available to say this is what the person wanted, then it's good to just go with that information. So it's a good webinar. It's a very good webinar. Right. In it, it talks about where you want to be buried, who should they contact, talk to them about how much life insurance is available, what percentages should go to whom, um, and all of those basic things. Then she talks about the trust, which I should have done a second video after I did the will, and talk about the trust, a living trust, right? Um, so when you talk about the living trust, it says that it prevents probate court. if you have a living trust compared to a will you have to go through probate. But the living trust, the trust does not have to do that. Um, and again, you list how you want your stuff allocated to the people who are left behind. We talk about power of attorney. She goes in depth with those things and how the power of attorney will is able to use your funds while you're alive to make sure that you get the things you need. Your bills are paid, your food is provided, your clothing, things like those. That power of attorney can go on doing those things for you. So it was a good session, guys, a very, very good session. And I'm asking that you get over there and go look at the video at the webinar. I think she'll be putting up the webinar at some point. But she has her YouTube channel. It's SharaeMaree. I listed in the description. Go out and listen to what she has to say, guys. She has a lot of vital information, because so often people apply when death comes, then they start running up and down. They don't know where to look for insurance, if there was an insurance, if the insurance was through with the job. She has processed a lot of insurances for a long period of time. She has seen many of them that were denied. So people might say, well, you have insurance, but you have to make sure that things are in place so that insurance can be released, right? You have to know about minors. If you know that they're not going to release funds to a minor. So all of those things she addressed in the webinar. So it was a very refreshing session. This was her first session, and I enjoyed it. The people who were on board enjoyed it. They asked a lot of questions, and she was very knowledgeable and gave good information to them. So check it out, guys. And I'm here. I'm still going through my what's matter, but I'm here. And so we want to give thanks for every moment, and just give thanks. That's all I always say. Give thanks, regardless of what's going on. Just give thanks and keep it going. So welcome to those of you who made it here. This is not going to be a long session, because, as I said, I was just touching bases. Hey there, SharaeMaree. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. So I drop her link in the descriptions, and you can go over and go check her out. She's also on Instagram, the same SharaeMaree. So check her out, guys. Subscribe to her channel and just have conversations with her. Again, life is such, we have different experiences, and it's good when we can tap into what other people have to offer instead of we sit and struggle. We're not going to know everything, and that's why we work as teams. You're very welcome. We work as teams. We cannot be selfish with what we know. We got to put it out there, and so that others can benefit from it. And so tonight was, as I said, a very great session. I'm thankful that I was able to join, and hope and looking forward to the other sessions. Because you get older, you don't even know what's going on until that time comes, and it's all chaotic. So let us make it less chaotic for those we love. We say we love them. Let us make sure that we are properly ready, we're properly prepared, so that when we're gone, they're not left in the loop and lose out because they didn't have information needed in order to access any kind of benefits that were left behind. So again, a man that dies without a plan, which means there's no trust, you know, they should come back. He should come back to see the mess when people doesn't know where he should be buried, where what he wanted, what maybe color, I don't know, or who should get what, and then it becomes a big thing because everybody now starts saying, I want this, I want that, but there was nothing written down to say this goes to who or how it should be divided. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Thank you, Joshua, for coming on board. And again, last night, I know they have a crusade going on in Jamaica. I was so glad I watched it last night. A powerful, uplifting message was given by the speaker. I did follow him when he was in Savlamar, Bath at Seventh-day Adventist Church, and now he's in Duncan's in my neck of the not in Duncan's in Ocherius, in collaboration with the Duncan's North Conference. Very powerful speaker. So it was a good thing, a good uplifting moment. I followed it from start to finish. And so that felt good inside. And so they'll be back tomorrow. So I'll be online with them down there and just see how it goes. So I don't understand what that means, Josh. No fear of God. So I'm hoping your days went well, and I hope that whatever if you're going through things, that you're holding on to God to help you through it. And I'm just hoping for prosperity, peace, and contentment for everybody as we continue onward and upward. So, 17 minutes. So I'm just going to jump off now. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, SharaeMaree. And we just continue to support one another as we go forward. All right, so good night, good night, good night. Oh, so happy. Oh, very good, Joshua. Okay, I'm so happy I moved to a better place. I'm happy for you, Joshua, because I was a little worried when you said you didn't have somewhere. So I'm happy that you found a new place so you can still do your exercises. Is your channel still up and running, Joshua? Is your channel still up and running? Okay, did Joshua leave? No, I'll check out to see if your channel is still there, because I have not gotten any notifications of you doing your workouts and stuff. But I guess once you get into your new place, you will be able to do that. All right, guys, good night. Good night. Take care. Be good to yourselves. Miss Bev says, if you can't be good, be careful, but walk good, do good. Okay, Joshua, good for you. Good luck, Joshua. Take care. Good night. Good night. Good night. Take care. Good night, SharaeMaree.